Yo, what up, it's Puglife1, and welcome back to my channel. Now, if you can tell by the title of this video is going to be about how I met my best friends, specifically Kevin and Justin. I'm going to talk about like what grade I met them, how I met them, like how we talked, and like how it came along to become like, you know, best friends, and then the three of us are now together as one whole rock. The first person I'm going to talk about is Justin, because I think between Justin and Kevin, I became friends with Justin first, even though I met Kevin first. Basically, in 5th grade, me and Kevin entered our school called St. Raymond's Elementary School, and basically the reason we entered basically at the same time was because our old school got closed down. I went to St. Anthony's, which was near Tremont Avenue, and Kevin went to a public school, I don't know where. He told me a million times, but I forgot. But then that school got closed down. So then while looking for schools, obviously St. Raymond's was the one we got put at. Now, when we entered 5th grade, I was put in a program called the Bridge Program, and Kevin was put in a program called regular class. Yeah, he basically did regular classes. That's it. That is. Now, if you don't know what the Bridge Program is, it's basically every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, instead of coming out at 2:45, you would come out at 3:30. I was in the Bridge Program for 5th grade and 6th grade. And then I think Kevin entered in 7th grade, but then got taken out in 8th grade. So even though me and Kevin were in different classes, I remember seeing him sometimes now and then in 5th grade and me thinking, who the hell is that kid? But then in 6th grade, my friend Justin entered the school. So I remember one time in recess, we were talking about sports, and I think I said that I like the Yankees or whatever, and some of my friends were like, the Yankees? Who the fuck are the Yankees? And I'm like, yeah, the Yankees are good. And they were like, no, they're not, they fucking suck, yeah. And I'm like, yeah, you know, fuck you guys. I remember I was sitting on the stairs outside in recess, and I was just like saying by myself, just like, those bastards don't know anything. And I remember Justin sat down next to me, and he was like, you like the Yankees? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, I'm into, and then he was like, I'm into sports too. Hello, my name is Justin. And then I thought me and Justin actually started talking to each other. And then it's funny enough because then in 7th grade, me and Justin were in the same class together, and Kevin was still in 8th grade. He was in another class. I mean, in 7th grade, Kevin was also again in the Bridge Program, so me and him again didn't know each other. But I think somewhere along the line, 7th grade, Justin and Kevin became friends somehow, I think. So during recess in 7th grade, me and Justin already had a friendship. I guess I considered him my best friend in 7th grade. I remember in the 7th grade year, I was like, oh, Justin's my best friend in 7th grade. So then during recess, that's when I started knowing Kevin a little bit more, and I think Kevin knew who I was before I knew him. And what I mean by that was, I know in 5th grade I said that I seen him before, but Kevin actually knew who I was. And I'm saying that was because when I met him, like officially met him in recess, he looked at me and he went, hi Alejandro, and I was like, how do you know my name? I didn't say that. I said that in my head. Outside, I was more like, hi, what's up? Inside, again, I was like, what the and then I didn't want to be impolite and be like, yo, what the fuck? How do you know my name? And also, what's your name? So I remember just being like either sitting next to him or close enough around the group, because he was part of the group. So I remember I was like waiting for somebody, and then our friend Santiago or sometime, or our friend Willie, I think mostly Justin would just be like, hey yo, Kevin, and I'm like, alright, his name's Kevin. Alright, bet I remember Kevin. Let me remember Kevin. Kevin, that's your name. Now, Kevin knows this, but I originally did not like Kevin when I first met him, and that was because every single time I joined the group, every single time I went to the group to talk, he would do this. Oh, it's fucking Alejandro, here we go again. And I remember being like, oh my god, there's Kevin again. That bonkers. I don't know why, but one day he did it and I got upset. I was just like, can you like fucking stop doing that? Because that's genuinely getting annoying. And I remember he was like, yo, listen, I want to say I'm sorry if that bothered you. I felt bad for like kind of like exploding, and dude, I remember like after he said that, I did this. Oh no, you're good. It's just I'm not feeling good today, you know. You're good, you're fine. And dude, it's so funny how life puts things together, because there's so many times where it looks like me, Kevin, and Justin interacted with each other, and then there's so many times like we don't remember interacting with each other. Like there's a photo of us doing ring day in 8th grade. This is the photo right here. You see, how did all of us we stood next to each other in ring day, and we didn't even like, you know, JKA, Justin, Kevin, and Alejandro. We weren't even like best friends yet, but we stood next to each other like. And then there's a video of us at the dinner dance, prom basically for 8th grade, and you can see me and Kevin interacted for like 10 seconds. Like Kevin was behind me and he like tapped me and I was like, oh, what's up? And then me and him were talking for a little bit and I was like, and I'm like, oh my god, we interacted. And it's funny because every single time Kevin mentions he was in the dinner dance, I'm always like, you were there? Me and Kevin became friends. We became friends in high school. Justin, me, and Kevin all were going to the high school called St. Raymond's High School for Boys. So I was kind of afraid because I was like, nobody I know from school is going besides like Justin, and that's it. Oh, and our friend Declan. And I remember I was like, yo, but if we're not in the same classes, then how the fuck am I gonna do this? So I remember when I got my schedule, Justin was not in any of my classes, not even lunch, not gym periods, nothing. Justin was not in my class at all. I remember the first day, like my first few classes, Kevin had it with me, and I remember I was like, oh, okay, well, I guess I have Kevin. I think Kevin was feeling the same way. Like, Kevin didn't know anybody that well besides like Declan, I think me and Kevin had the same idea, being like, well, we know each other because of Justin, so let's just like try hanging out with each other. And from that day on, from 2017 to 2022, 5 years, me and Kevin fucking besties. Even though there's some days I want to fucking kill him, like the other day when we were playing GTA and he kept saying shit and I was like, yo, shut up, shut your mouth, why are we friends? I want to kill myself. But yeah, from that day forth, from September 2017 all the way up now to January 2022, Kevin, Justin, and me are best friends. We hang out most of the time. We have a group chat. We have a lot of group chats. We have one on Instagram. We have one on Snapchat. We have one with other friends. We talk to each other every day, which is a lie. It's almost 12 o'clock and none of us have even texted each other. But hey, after 5 years of friendship, you can take maybe like a week off of not talking to each other, right? Me and Kevin have been playing Xbox for 5 years straight. There's sometimes me and Kevin know telepathically we're like, sometimes we need a fucking break. Like he and I, we know that. That's why sometimes I don't text him for like 2 days and sometimes he doesn't text me for like 2 days, because we know we need a break. But then we also know at the same time when we're like, all right, the break's long enough, let's play. So right now I haven't played with him since 2 days ago because, you know, I want to take a break from playing with him specifically. I want to play with my cousin more. That's the thing though. He takes a break from me and he plays with his friends, and I take a break from him and I play with my cousins. That's it. Yeah, you know, we still hang out almost every single week. Every other week we hang out. This Saturday we're hanging out. But that's not true. This Saturday, me and Kevin are hanging out with our friend Andrew and Iverson. Justin's not going because I don't think he wants to go. So we're gonna hang out with them, and that's it. That's basically how me, Justin, and Kevin met each other. So, yeah. If you have any friend stories, keep it to yourself. Yeah, that was the end of the video. Please give this video a thumbs up. Hit the bell notification to get notified when I post. Hit the subscribe button to, you know, become a pug. I still don't know how to work. It's been 2 years and I still say become a pug. Yeah, but that's all, folks. And you know what? I'll see you in my next video. Take care. Peace. Love you. Bye.